This term, this past 4 years have really been a disgrace, and it's been embarrassing for the residents of Vaughan. I know many people, myself included, are almost embarrassed to say we're from Vaughan and that has to stop. How am I going to change it? Really, it comes down to your own principles and your own behavior. And I think the people on council have not been walking the talk. And that's really, what am I going to do? I'm going to, I guess, be myself and ensure that the focus is not on the council, it's on the people of Vaughan. And that's where, unfortunately, we haven't had that focus for the last 4 years.
I did my best under difficult circumstances, and I agree that that action maybe was not called for, but what it did do, it brought us together. We got the mayor's attention, and a lot of things got done. The other issues that a lot of people are referring to have been beyond the control of some of us, and that hopefully all of that should be behind us and should all be resolved. They're not all resolved, but those are difficult situations that have been created, which I have no control over. But I certainly would do my very best to see that they come to an end and that we start working together maybe a little more and proceed accordingly. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely it affects us. I certainly would not behave in that fashion, and I believe in teamwork, and whoever is voted in is who's in your team, and the mayor is the leader of that team, and I would support the mayor completely.
When you have a good leader, you create good followers. It was unfortunate that we did not have a good leader the past 4 years. But more importantly, what was necessary was that for people to understand that it wasn't the people of Vaughan, it was 4 or 5 members of the community who decided that they were going to malign all of Vaughan, and we all paid the price. It was very unfortunate, and it's time to move on and time to rebuild the reputation of this wonderful city, because I believe it's a great city, and we should all be very proud that we're living here. I know that I am, and I'm going to continue to be the very best representative that this city has ever had. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the Zanotti residence right now. We will not malign those that are not here. We will speak personally to the issues. We'll speak to the issues, please. And I know how passionate this is for all of us, but let's try to keep at least our emotion in check to get through this important question.
Well, it's unfortunate that we have to launder our dirty laundry in the public eye. But the issue comes really with stand up and take responsibility for your actions of council. That's the biggest issue. And there's no recall mechanism in the city of Vaughan now where someone that doesn't meet the standards, or has breach of trust, or has a conflict of interest can be recalled. So if the citizens don't like the representative, there should be a recall mechanism allowed to you to replace that person. Whatever happens at the city council, once they're elected, we have no reproach to their actions. So there should be a recall mechanism in place under provincial statute to address that. That would hopefully address your concerns during their council mandate. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dominic. Joanna?
That day was truly a day that Vaughan was disgraced. It was such an unfortunate event. All the other municipalities were looking at Vaughan. It was total embarrassment. For representatives of the community to go up and go against one member of the community, I can personally guarantee that I don't belong in any coalition and don't have any scandal controversy behind me. I believe that when you're represented, you take an oath, and the oath is to represent the residents of Vaughan and not your own political agenda. Now, the 3 regional council representatives that wanted to remove the mayor, did one of them who said that the mayor wasn't fit? Are they fit? Are they running for the mayor position now? Actions speak louder than words. You don't put another council member down and say, remove yourself. If you think that was the case, why don't you put yourselves as a mayor position right now?
Thank you, Robert.
There's been turmoil in Vaughan dating back even prior to the last election. Vaughan has had bad headlines in national media since well before 2003. These are not new issues in Vaughan that have arose since the past election. A lot of the problems that we've had with this the council we have right now, probably a previous council, is that last election they ran on a slate of 9. Everybody got in except for one person. The only person that changed was the mayor. Now for these 8 people to come forward and ask the new mayor to resign and think that their opinion outweighs the opinion of the 26,800 and something people that voted last election is absurd. The people spoke, the election was done, and the people on council should have respected what the citizens of Vaughan voted for and what they got. It's not their place to do that. The city's image is yes, the city's image needs drastic improvement, and that will
Thank
only
you, Robert. Michael.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe over the 21 years I was on council, I have a proven track record of leadership in getting things done. I started the hospital foundation, and it was on my doing that today we're moving forward to building a hospital, and I hope we do soon within the next 4 or 5 years. There's a lot of things also that I started, but the most important thing I can tell you is I worked with all members of council, teamwork and dedication, respect for each other, very important. That's how you get things done. And also you get things done by the work you do in the community. I know that I've been involved in a community with the children, I've been involved with the seniors. I don't see some of the members here being involved in the community, yet they want to become regional councillors. Well, you know what? Work hard in the community, make sure that the people respect and appreciate you, and maybe you'll be elected regional councillor, will you?
Thank you. Mr. Ferry, let's stay focused on our own strengths and capacities. Mr. Ferry?
Thank you. My belief is obviously that we, as elected officials, have a duty and obligation to represent the city well. And while we may not have done that in a past term, but the question was about the future, and that's what we need to look at. And in my view, it is a team approach. You cannot do it alone. You cannot do it in 1 or 2. You can debate, you can discuss. At the end of the day, it is a team approach. And having a corporate set of objectives and goals that talks to what is best for the city is what we need. Our own individual agendas will be addressed, but that cannot supersede the need and value of a corporate plan.
Thank you. Kerry?
Asking the mayor to resign was wrong. Only the voters of the city have that privilege. It did affect our reputation in a very, very bad way. But I'm not going to sit here and keep repeating over and over again what the problem is, because everybody knows what the problem is. I will provide consensus leadership to stop the scandals. And I will listen to the residents of Vaughan, and I will build bridges with our communities. That's what needs to be done. We need to respect the residents, and we need to start to respect each other. And until that happens, our reputation is not going to recover. So I would just say I'm going to provide consensus leadership, and I am going to respect everybody who sits on council with me and the residents.
I go back to my opening statement, Mr. Silverstein. Good financial controls, good management controls are going to repair our image as a city. Okay, there have been scandalous and disgraceful events going on, and they have been allowed to go on because our senior management hasn't stepped up to the plate. I keep hearing reference to 4 or 5 people that have only been bringing the issues forward and shining the light on them. Well, I only know of one regional councillor that gave contracts to her brother. I only know of one regional councillor that spent $40,000 on her office furnishings Renovations. This is the type of thing that needs to stop, and it's going to stop because I'm going to bring you good financial controls and management controls.
I think it was wrong what they did with the mayor at the time. I don't agree what they did. It did bring the city to an all-time low morally. I think that people were feeling very low about this. I think that you need to stick together with your council. You need to work together. You can disagree on council when the doors are closed, but you don't need to air it out to the public and bring the council on a low. You need to work together with council and with the citizens of Vaughan, individually together. This has gone on long before what happened with Linda, with our mayor. There's been a lot of insults going around, and some newspapers have even given a black eye to certain groups culturally, and I think we need to stick up for all citizens and all cultures. Whenever the media is attacking us, it's the only way we can clean up our reputation as a city, to stick together.